What's going on, you guys? I'm John Turner. This is What's the Table. Thank you for joining me again today. It is a gray, cold, gusty winter day out here. It's nasty weather, but that gets me in the mood to go duck hunting. And it's been a long deer season. Deer season's now winding down, and as sad as we are about that, deer season's long here in the southeast, and we had a great season. But we do prioritize deer hunting during this time of year at the expense of some other things. So I'm looking forward to getting back out, doing a little bit of duck hunting. We've got some goose hunts coming up. Quail, pheasant, rabbits, squirrels. We've got all kinds of stuff coming up in what I consider the off season for me, which is January and February. And I got a duck hunt coming up tomorrow. So I'm checking over all my equipment, my blinds. And that got me thinking about this time last year when we had a hunt coming up the next morning, just like now. And I didn't have a spot prepped out at the property. So I needed a blind that I could throw together really quickly, and we wanted it to be inexpensive, lightweight, portable, and obviously effective. I came up with a really easy design. I think you guys are gonna like it if you're in a similar situation. Check this out, you won't be disappointed. All right, I'll apologize in advance for my artistic skills. I'm more of a hunter than an artist. But let me explain the design and the basic problem we're trying to solve. This is a picture of me, this is Ryan. There's a good bit of height difference here between the two. This is because Ryan is 8, I am not 8. So, we're going to build this a little bit like a pitcher screen in baseball. It's going to be higher on one side than on the other. The reason for that, so when both of us are seated on our sides, this is Ryan over here, this is me, he'll be able to see and shoot out of his side and me out of mine. Then we're obviously going to add some sides for additional stability and screening, and I'll show you some more drawings in a little bit more detail. I know you're as excited about that as I am. So here's the same design basically stretched out in a straight line. These dimensions are all going to be approximate, and they really don't matter. As long as you get all the pieces marked A to be the same size, the pieces marked B to be the same size, and the D's can be the same size, but it doesn't really matter. So these are approximate dimensions. I didn't even use measurements when I built this the first time. I did it just by feel. So here's the same design when you rotate the right-hand leg back to 90 degrees as you would normally apply it in the field. As far as tools and materials go, this could not be simpler. I'll put a full parts list in the description, but you're obviously going to want some kind of screening material, and I had some old camo netting laying around in the garage, a couple of sticks of PVC, some rebar, PVC connectors, spray paint, a rubber mallet, and a PVC cutter. So this wound up being a really easy and fun build for Ryan and I to do together. As I mentioned, we didn't use dimensions the first time, we kind of just built it based on feel. The last thing I'll tell you, make sure you don't use PVC cement to secure these joints if you want this unit to be portable. That's exactly what I wanted. So that's basically it. It comes together really, really quickly. Last couple things we need to do. Let's add a coat of paint to this and then drive those pieces of rebar down into the ground just a little bit, and then slip those front legs over the rebar for added stability. That's pretty much it. I mean, this whole build took me less than 15 minutes, including the painting and everything else. So this is really simple and easy if you find yourself in a similar situation where you need something thrown together. I mean, it costs pennies on the dollar versus what you'd pay at a big box retail store for a pop-up blind. And if you haven't had time to do the prep on a full-blown structure, now listen, those are going to offer you better concealment. So I'm not saying this is, the end-all be-all solution, but if you need something like this, this is a good alternative, right? It's a good solution. We used it on a goose hunt last year, and we had a video up on the site. And it was a successful hunt, if I could talk. So we found it to be effective, in limited use applications. Hope you guys found this informative. We'll see you next time, and God bless.